Okay, I'm so excited that you invited me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I told you to make up your mind. So I'm glad that you see, who really and truly rocking with you and stuff. So you know what I'm
I
saying?
got you, girl. I got you. I know you're a ride and die type of chick.
Okay,
I
okay.
got it, baby. That's why I was sitting here eating. Matter of fact, I brought something for you.
Oh, say happy birthday, ain't my birthday. Okay, all right. Mm,
You getting close.
okay.
You getting close.
Mm, mm.
Yeah. I need you to go by my house and put that in my septic tank. I need
I
you to do
said I
that.
like oils and stuff. You say you pay attention to me, so
Yeah,
I
that's
like
oils.
oils and I like smell good and I like
Yeah.
candles and
And
stuff.
that helps with get all the oils and the smell good out of your toilet. That's what it's for, baby. All that
Ken.
matters is that you are my ride and die.
No, no,
All right.
no.
Give me a hug and a kiss, baby. Come on. Big daddy. Come to Big Daddy.
It's too much belly between us, so.
I'll work out, child. I'm a fireman. Look at that. Look at that gun.
You a retired fireman. Let's go.
I got that retirement check though.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go spend the retirement check.
All right.
Ooh, we out, y'all.
Yeah.
We keep it real, expressing how we feel. Whoa. So come on in and sip some tea. Join the Kourtney family. We're about relationships and review, making it fun just for you. Go with God, let God go with you. It's time for Kourtney and Eddie.
I always put God first. What's going on, co-ed camp folks? How y'all doing tonight? Welcome back to another video, Kourtney Eddie. I'm Eddie, aka E-Dub. This is my little wife right here.
Kourtney, also known as Coco.
Before we get started, my weekly update on my medical history. Still having little problems with weakness in my back because where they kind of shave the bone to get that nerve off, and the nerve pain is starting to go away slowly but surely, getting better. Then today it was like a high pollen count, so my allergies and sinuses are acting up. So that's basically it. Anything you want to share?
Now that we've had that AARP commercial, so if you're Branson, have you said your part?
And we're gonna be doing a video about Ready to Love, and yeah, and go ahead.
Oh gosh. So if you're brand new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. No, it is not AARP channel. We talk about Ready to Love reality TV, but he got to throw in his weekly updates of what's going on.
Oh yeah, this channel is all about relationship reviews and entertainment and our famous rants and jokes. And also, don't be slipping on AARP now. You get them gonna free breakfast discounts now. You gotta get that 10% of that breakfast discount. Go to Hardee's and sit there with the old people talking about the good old days in the morning time.
So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below, and all the things, you guys. Now, if you don't know, then the new season of the new second season 2 of the New Era podcast has aired today. So that is my standalone podcast. It's called the New Era Podcast. You can go on our community tab. I shared it over there, and y'all got to watch this episode, y'all. It is so she was so raw and it was so unfiltered. I mean, it would leave powerful. You blown. It would really leave you blown. Yeah. So check it out, women. Go over there and get you some encouragement, child. Folks,
some men need to check it out too. Oh, yeah, because you might learn a thing or two.
Yeah. So it's on our community tab. You can go over there and get it. All right. Now let's go ahead and get into it. So the guys are back in the lounge. And I can tell you that this episode kind of threw me, though. I don't know how y'all felt about it, but it kind of threw me because I wasn't expecting some things to happen. But so the guys are back in the lounge and they got to introduce their lady or whoever their person is to their loved ones. So it started out with Jay. Jay said, listen, we finna just be out in the yard. Ain't no sense of y'all cameras coming in the house. They just make some back in the yard and bring my mom, my dad, my auntie, my cousin. So he said they can make this a family reunion. So he decided to do that, and Kiara showed up. Now you know you're gonna always have that funny auntie, honey, that's gonna say what's on her mind, and she cares nothing about your feelings. So the auntie was like, "How long y'all been together?" I was like, "He didn't tell you that this is a show, like." We didn't give you the scoop, auntie, or was you not listening? She probably don't understand what a ready to love is. So, they kind of explained that. And so she said, "Oh, so y'all don't really know each other yet." And then what the auntie said?
Yeah, she said that. Yeah. You always have, like you said, one auntie. I have an auntie. I got a couple of aunties like that. They like the life of the party. You know what I'm saying? They just being an auntie. But no, my thing is, apparently Jay told his side of the family. Oh, I'm sorry, told his family his side of the story what happened at the retreat, and I guess nobody kind of corrected Jay and said, "Hey, Jay, you know what, man? So I don't know what side of the story he told. Basically, what I'm trying to say.
It seemed like he told it in his face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying, ain't nobody kind of chastising him about having a woman rubbing on him with his woman being there.
Because Kiara would explain the story, but the auntie said, "Now, what would you do if it was opposite?"
They answered that question.
They ain't show it to us, because they moved on real quick.
He started laughing. But yeah, like I said before, man, what if the roles were reversed, man? Your woman rubbing on another man, you walking by, and she said, "No, it's just friends." No, man, you would be pissed.
Mm-hmm.
You would be pissed. But he just didn't rub on Sierra. He patted her butt. No, how many guy friends y'all had that pat y'all butts? Answer the question. How many guy friends of y'all that go around and say, "Hey, this is my friend," and he pats y'all butt or squeeze y'all booty? Y'all so we just be friends. Come on, man. Stop with the cap.
Get them glasses cricket or something.
No, man. Stop doing too much. Dang.
Them glasses doing too much.
Leave my glasses alone. I ain't saying about all that. Don't gonna Sahara hair you got on your head. Come on.
This is black.
Yeah, well.
So anyway, so it seems like the biggest thing was like it was flipped on Kiara because Kiara shut down. That's what he made this story to be about. She more so shut down and didn't communicate. So the mom was like, "Well, you can't do that." I was like, "Well, then he can't give me a reason to do stupid stuff then." Like, you know what I'm saying? He need to be told that he cannot do that if you're supposed to be in child, whether by default, whether she deboed you or not, you in a committed relationship now. So you can't be doing that stuff.
I don't think she deboed him. I think he was willing to be in a relationship with Kiara.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, so that's what the whole thing was about, which I thought it was funny. You know what I'm saying?
I look at it, if he didn't want to be in a relationship with her, when they had that little argument at the retreat, that right there was the time for him to leave, but he didn't do it. He was fighting for that love.
So Kiara also, they asked her how long her last relationship. She said it's been 13 years. She said, but it was infidelity. Not on my part. Auntie said, "Yep, that'll do it." I was like, "Child,
I don't know. Sometimes people do infidelity. They still stay together."
Oh yeah, I've been there.
They still stay together.
But she didn't say how many times before she left, So anyway, let's move on to Hussein and Rose, child, the brothers and the cousins. I said, this poor guy real ugly. So, but it seems as though, like, I liked Rose, liked Edie. I did like her. Not just because she's beautiful, like most of the women on here, but she just carries a je ne sais quoi about her, a certain aura about her. But the thing is that she said that she's been in relationships before, but it's only one time she used the L word. So I'm saying. But anyway, and she talked about her being in, because I think that one of the cousins or the friend brother, somebody asked about, the father of her 17-year-old child. She said, "Oh, he incarcerated." I didn't tell who was saying that part. She said it so flippantly. And I don't think it was something that she was going to say. But she probably forgot what she was.
Apparently she wasn't going to say it because she didn't tell her the last ex-boyfriend that. The one she brought to the show. He didn't know that.
Yeah.
So apparently she wasn't gonna say it, and apparently, I guess the brother or the cousin asked her that question, and it just came out. And like you said, she said it so nonchalantly.
She did. Yeah.
And
I didn't tell you that before.
we didn't talk about that, but yeah, he's in jail without the bail. You know what I'm saying? I'm like Hussein, man, that's something very important, man. You know what I'm saying? I need to know this so I can kind of make my decisions of what I want to do. You gonna tell me you got a whole man up in jail, your baby daddy, and when if he gets out, what happens then?
So Angie comes in, and and the guys talk to Angie. She was just saying it's been 8 years since her last relationship. She does want more kids. Rose left, because I guess it was her time to go. But she made a statement that said, "Honey, she got this locked in. Honey, guys asked her something about her being wifey material and all that stuff. So she has no what's the word I'm looking for? She got full confidence. She ain't got no questions. She ain't got no qualms about it.
She had no doubts about her not being the one.
Yeah.
She had no inkling that that Hussein was gonna kick her to the curb because she thought she was locked in.
Well, the cousin and the brother said they like Angie better.
Yeah. But she didn't know that.
Yeah.
She didn't know what they said that. But
And Rose had so much confidence when she was in that when they was in the lounge that time, and they said, "Well, Cam tell me stuff that he ain't told y'all." You know what I'm saying? Like she started to got cocky.
Yeah, she got a little arrogant and cocky and full of herself.
Okay, so anyway, but yeah, so let's move on to Cisco. Sister is meeting Tay. Basically, the only thing that Tay, had a question about is his stability. So the sister was like, but that's something that can change. You can work on that. I was like, sister, that sounds good and cute, but this man ain't no 20-some years old. He is 40, probably close to 50 something.
Yeah, with this economy, everybody, some people just fall on a hard time. So yeah, you have
this was aired before the economy took place. This was film.
I'm just saying.
How long they were gone? Long time.
I don't know. My back is stiff now.
But I'm just saying.
Okay.
But anyway, so he said that he didn't even know that was still a concern. He thought that they squashed it and stuff. But she was like, when I look at him, I like him. He's sweet, he's kind, he's gentle, he's all the things or whatever. So the sister was like, well, I like you. I just want to know when I'm getting an invite to the wedding. So now let's move on. So you got Cam invited his cousin and his niece to sit down with Andrew, Rose, and Sahara. So basically, the ladies, his family was just asking the girls, what they got going on, who they are, what they do, all the things, that we kind of know all of that. They did ask some questions about Cam. They said, well, he's stubborn. Rose tended to agree on that, and she said, she know that. Well, after they got finished, he asked his family, who do you like? They like Angie. Angie would be number one. I think Rose always felt that she came in the running, honey. She was just on top tier. But they like Angie for him. They said Rose would be second, and Sahara, they said, listen, Sahara, she exciting, but for how long? And plus, she remind me of too many of your exes, so this is probably what you like.
So Cam has a type, apparently. Okay, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I thought the reason why he was entertaining Sahara just to keep her around in case he needed somebody to fall back on. But apparently he really likes Sahara like that because even his, like I said, his family members said, hey, she reminds us of your ex. Mm-hmm. And maybe Cam like that little hoodish. He like that little hood passion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So hey, maybe it brings excitement to his life. Who knows? Because Angie she has a little spice to her, but she don't have a hood to her. You know what I'm saying?
Angie got a little masculinity to her, and being that she said, "Listen, it's hard for me to allow a man to leave.
That's another thing.
I can do it myself, honey. I can be pregnant, drive myself to the hospital. I don't need a man."
Yeah, Cam don't. He really didn't appreciate that, and the busting the one out the car. He really didn't appreciate it.
Yeah.
And Rose, on the other hand, like you said, Rose is so locked in on Hussein, Cam felt like he didn't have a chance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So maybe he is some about Sahara that he likes, and we all know that Sahara, she brings a hood to the little
And she
environment.
said that she from the hood. She from the
We
hood.
all from the hood.
Who?
Neighborhood. We're all from
No,
the neighborhood.
she's from the hood.
So yeah, maybe he like that wild side. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, ghetto girls got some sex and stuff like that, honey. But she having sex with you, she can be, pew, pew, pew.
people.
So, I don't
What?
know.
Who's
Maybe
that?
he like the wild.
Mother? Who's that? My mother? Pew pew. Hold up.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
I got it.
Hold up. Who at the door? Pew pew. So yeah, who knows?
So,
man.
maybe that's just what he liked. So he liked what he liked,
And it's nothing wrong with it. Everybody has their preference, man.
Is it good for him? Who knows, So anyway, so he said, you know what, I'm gonna take Sahara on a date. He said he gonna get her some gifts. Not in that intro. That is not what he gave her. He gave her some candles, some oils and stuff like that. She's like, ooh, I like oils.
Why she shake like that? What?
I don't know if she
Why
shakes, but I don't know.
Why
I
you shake like that?
I shake when I imitate her, but I don't know if she do that. So she's like, I like candles and stuff. So he was like, well, I pay attention to you. So I'm like, okay, Cam, he really paid attention to.
Yeah.
Oh, child, we doing physical therapy. Do you need to take a break?
My back stiff, man. Dang, you
But
got up
you up there. My back.
Hey, you got up here working. I told you, I'm still trying to recover, man. We gotta film. I said, okay, we gotta film. You gotta get ready to film. Okay. So yeah.
Because I said we can do this tomorrow. Now we're gonna do it today.
Yeah, I gotta go call some coffee tomorrow.
Exactly. He can get in that car for y'all be telling us, Kourtney, you're so hard. He can get in that car.
But I'm sitting down driving. I'm not
what
doing.
You doing? You sitting down right here running your mouth.
See, I'm not talking while I'm driving. I'm not.
Okay, so talking.
Yeah, it does. Cause you open your mouth.
Well, can you shut up all day? Okay. All day around here, shut up. That means when you go outside, when you go here and there, because you be running your little errands.
I got to say something about my food.
Anyway, so let's move on. So he got her some oils, he got her some stuff, and he said he paid attention to, what she liked. So, to me, that says a lot, like Cam not just here just to, for her to, pass time. So he said he was saying in his confession, he know that his family chose, Angie, but, they put Sahara on the bottom of that thing, but he was like, I got to see for myself. So they sit up there, eat to the break of dawn, child. With day, then it was night. God, Lee, how long they be filming?
You really take shifts, man. You know how long they be filming. You know why? You know why we know?
Because we done been on the set.
We've been on set. Yeah, man. They said, and action. Then I start acting and stuff. And they said, ooh, gonna get you one of them Marvel movies.
We was the background.
We gonna get you one of them Marvel movies, boy. You acting so well. Right, we don't know about your wife, but you acting so well.
No, remember? My back.
That was before the back thing.
So, he was saying now that he's confused because he likes Sahara, but he trying to listen to his family and all that stuff, whatever.
You're not gonna be with your family the rest of your life. Find who you want to be with. That's the person you got to live with, not your family. He
kissed Sahara. He looked like he wanted more, honey. She gave him that pic. She said, now figure out what you gonna do, because I ain't finna give y'all listen.
I ain't getting y'all these goodies. Yeah, hold on. No, I was what she probably thinking. Hold on, sorry, you just this big now. What goodness you talking about?
So but Cam, like he feeling her. But what gets me is that when you in the confessional, you seem like you not feeling her as it's like he don't. Anyway, I don't know. If I was Sahara, I wouldn't be with him, because if you can't talk about me like that in the man's life, he did. But when it came down to choosing, he wasn't like making her the top. You know what I'm saying? Like she still is not the top.
I think he was kind of. We talking about this tonight? Yeah, I think he was still shocked about the Rose situation, because he didn't know about it.
So Hussein decided to take Rose on a date. He's like, because I got to find out more about this. You just sprung this on me and I don't know. So Hussein brought up, the fact that, you sprung that on me with the ex. And, I was shocked. I was blown away. And I got my family here, and you telling them information that I don't even know. Yeah. And now I look stupid.
Yeah, my boys, my cousin, my family said, man, you ain't know about that, dog? He's, no, I ain't know about this. And my cousin family said, dang, dude, I thought y'all was close. And it do make you look bad, man, because you bring this woman to meet your family, you don't know anything about her, basically.
Yeah. So she said, oops, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Forgive me for that, for not telling you. He been locked up for 7 years. I said 7, not 27, child. 7 is not that long, honey.
Yeah, what he was locked up for? That's another thing I would like to know.
And when he getting out, that's what. Now, if he locked up for life,
that's what I said.
Different.
I want to know what he's locked up for. If he locked up for something minor that he can get out, oh man, I might have to rethink this whole thing.
So she was like, I actually just forget about him. I don't even talk to him. His son, my son talked to him. So I just forget that he existed.
I said, did she say her son still talk to him?
Yeah.
How can you forget that he existed? I know your son. Her son's 17, right?
I think so.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, the son talked to him, but so it's like, I'm sorry. I call BS on that. The man been locked up for 7 years, not 27.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
He went in when the son was 10 years old.
So yeah, like I don't know. But anyway, so Hussein said, okay, got that chick. Hussein is checking, honey. He had time to think and sleep on this.
See, I don't think Hussein is with all that type of drama. You know what I'm saying? He seems like he's like all that street stuff. He's not with that. And
he said in the lounge that his family know that he's real tapered,
right?
And that's why they felt Andrew would be more, because she spices so more of a balance for him.
But when I said drama, I mean somebody he got to fight the baby daddy. He getting out of jail. That's some baggage. Most men don't want to deal with.
So he was like, okay, so when Kiara brought up the situation about her child's father in prison, you didn't feel the need to share. She was like, well, that was a private conversation. Like, she didn't tell the ladies. She told, I guess, whoever or whatever. She didn't tell the ladies.
I forget how that conversation went. I thought people was in the room when she said it.
In the house,
yeah,
or wherever they was. Yeah, I can't even remember how it went down too. I think it was.
Yeah, because I think they was over the potty house.
Mm-hmm.
Because like 6 or 7 of them sitting around the kitchen, standing around the kitchen. And that's when it came up. So.
Yeah, so she was like, well,
I don't think Rose was there though.
She said she didn't tell the lady, so I didn't know. I guess she said she heard it through the grapevine. Hussein said, well, what about your ex? And she said, he said you could have told us then, because Hussein said, listen, I try to remember every opportunity, honey, that you could have shared this. This ain't something that you just forget. This ain't something that you forget like you ate your last meal. You don't remember what you ate. So he said, what about when we sat down with your ex? And she was like, my ex don't even know. I was like, oh, girl.
Yeah, it was just something fishy about the whole story. When you saying you dating your ex, you've been dating this guy, I don't know how long they dated, and he don't know where your son's father's located at. Yeah, I don't buy that, man. I'm assuming the ex say, hey, where your dad at? You know what I'm saying?
Because every man is going to know, if I'm dating you, where is the father, parents to these children? You one, where's the other one?
Is he in the military? Is he, you want to know where the parents
unless you say, well, I don't know the father, he ran off. You know what I'm saying? Unless you say something like that. But most of the people is not finna just be with you because you want to know, is he going to see his dad today? Do you have to drop him off? Like, what is that like? So, I don't know. So in that moment, Rose started to cry. I said, ooh, child, she done did the Karen on us. But, and I'm not saying that her tears were not real, but it just was an opportune time to go ahead and cry in that moment, because I felt like she didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, I think she got pushed back into a corner, and so she didn't know what to do. But, I can't tell you when not to cry. I can't tell you when to cry. And maybe by bringing that up, it maybe did open some doors she was trying to forget about. We don't know what that ex did to her. I don't know. You don't know. So some people try to suppress those memories.
Yeah, and I get it, but when you're dating, you should be.
I get that part.
And it probably was traumatic. He could have got locked up for something he could have did to her.
Yeah,
I don't
true.
know. We don't know. But Hussein said, well, when he get out, what it's going to look like? She said, I don't know, because he not coming for me. Like, we're not going to be together all that stuff.
I like what Hussein said after that, too.
What he said.
You said, well, I understand what you saying, but what is going through his mind
Right.
when he gets out? You know what I'm saying? Is he gonna think the same way you think, or maybe he think he can rekindle things with you and the son?
And I get Hussein. I promise you, I
Yeah.
am on his side because you don't know this man's demeanor. You don't know if this man telling the son, you know, when I get out, me and your mama gonna get back together, be a happy family. Don't tell her though, because I'm going, you know what I'm saying? You just don't know what is taking place in this man's mind, especially if you hadn't talked to him. Now, if you say, hey, you know, well, I done talked to him, we just co-parent, we good, he got somebody, he done moved on, I done moved on, and we respect each other. But if you hadn't talked to this man and you don't even bring him up, then it seems like you don't know what this man's intent is. And he could have on his mind countdown. You know how they do in jail. They count down, put a little X, 1 day, 2 days. You don't know. He could be counting down to get ready to get with you. So you leave a man in a very vulnerable, scary state. It really and truly does. And I don't think that Rose thought that through. Maybe ain't nobody never told her that a man gonna want to know what that ex-husband in prison, what it looks like for real. Because he need to know, do he need to defend himself? Is he gonna go to prison? Because he gonna pow him because he gonna try to comfort you. Anything you want to say? I said it all.
Mm-hmm.
All right, stop doing it. So anyway, the men are back in the lounge and Cam is talking, you know, everybody sharing their experience and all that stuff, whatever. So he was talking about him and Sahara. And he was like, you know, like Sahara, you know, what he was saying up there.
Yeah, he basically said, thank you. I can talk now.
You could have been talking.
Oh, I couldn't talk. Ooh.
Remember your back. You said you weren't talking. Or when you talk your back so hush.
No, basically he was saying, he was telling Tommy that, you know, Sahara is a ride and die type of chick. You know, when you down, she's gonna be down with you. And he said, I see that with Sahara, you know. And but then again he told Tommy, I know what my family said. And like Tommy said, I understand what your family said, but what you think? What you think? And so I think he's rocking with Sahara. But I guess when he went to Hussein and Hussein came out with the baby father in prison, Cam didn't know that. It was a surprise to him. And like Cam said, well, she told Hussein, but she didn't tell me. That tells me she's more closer to Hussein than she is with me. So that's the way he took it.
Yeah. And once Tommy found out, Tommy said, well, what about the Kiara thing that brought her? And then, you know, everybody else saying that's what we said. What Jay said was, it sounded like once she found out how Kiara was getting flack off of that, she decided to shut her mouth. And I totally agree, honey.
Yeah.
She was like, oh, what happened? Oh, no, honey, I ain't finna say that. And I don't think that she meant to say it in that moment with them Hussein family. It just came out. So yeah. So, but I understand what you're saying about Cam and Sahara and Sahara, but I just don't feel like he still makes her top tier. He tell her all these things or whatever, but when it comes to the lounge, he just still don't make her top tier.
He probably don't, because I think he was banking on Rose or what's the other one? Angie, you know what I'm saying? But he just had Sahara there just in case, break this glass just in case. And when he found out about Rose baby dad being in jail, he broke the glass then, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I still think the busting the woman out the car situation stuck with him with Angie. So he ruled Angie out, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? Even though everybody say Angie, in his head, he don't want to deal with that. So he ruled that out. Then we found out about the baby dad being in jail. That ruled him out. So he said, well, I ain't got nobody but Sahara. So, you know, plus, like I said once before, that's his type. Maybe he was trying to put Sahara down so he could try something different. And he found out, I tried it. It ain't working. Let me go back to something I know. So.
Hussein, Tommy asked Hussein, was that a deal break? He said, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he didn't hesitate. He did not hesitate at all, man.
Cam said, well, you know, he got to talk to Rose and see, you know, exactly where they stand, because now he got to tell her, I ain't know about the situation with your daddy, with your baby dad.
And also, you talking about Cam and Sahara. Well, I didn't know. You probably didn't know either. When they was at the retreat, they was staying in the same room.
Yeah, we hadn't got to that.
Oh. Now you know ignorance half the battle. G.I. Joe.
So somebody tells me, ooh, my bad. So Cam is taking Rose on a date, and you can tell Rose, I know they probably said it's early in the morning, but she normally come with a spunky, bright and cheery and stuff like that or whatever. But I think she knew something was going to go down.
And also, this is after her and Hussein had that conversation. Hussein. That's after they had that conversation, and when she broke down, started crying. I don't know. She went home to think about that, and it just kind of wore on her.
She probably did because she said she didn't sleep good.
Right.
And everything. So Rose said that she didn't sleep well. Cam said, well, I just want to tell you was always my top. And she was like, well, I couldn't tell because you couldn't decide off of these 3 ladies and stuff. And so Rose was really shocked about that. Cam said, well, I heard about, your child's father in that situation and, how he's in prison. And that's something that you didn't share with me. She was like, I don't understand why everybody feel like it's a big deal. Rose, she said, talking in third person, she's like, Rose gonna always be truthful. I'm gonna always keep it a buck, keep it 100 and tell the truth. I didn't understand why you didn't tell that part then. Like, that ain't something that is way back in your subconscious. It should be. It really shouldn't be when it comes to dating.
The bottom line is this. That's some information that when you're dating somebody, like you said, they should know.
Right.
They should know. Regardless if they're going to take it the way you want them to take it or they're going to hate it. It still should have been known. And I'm sorry, Ro. I think you're still cool, but I just think you should have told, my last relationship was this and this. My son's father, he's in jail. So, and allow the man to make a decision if he wants to continue on getting to know you and go from there.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Because I'm sure when you fill out like school applications or whatever, do they ask about the dad? I'm sure you see that say father. Like, it ain't something that's obsolete. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's many ways that you can forget about that baby daddy, but when it comes to certain stuff, it's some stuff you just can't. Like, you ain't suppressed it.
That's true.
That deep. Right. So anyway, she was saying also too, like, she was saying, well, you want to talk about truth? I said, oh, here we go with the deflecting, child. You weren't saying nothing before, but now that the pressure on you, you want to say Cam ain't been truthful. So now want to talk about truth. We ain't the only one that ain't truthful. And Cam was like, what? And so she was saying that, you found out I was, that me and Hussein was having a room together. And I found out that you roomed with Sahara. And so Cam was like, what? Like, you had already made your decision. So what you expect me to do? At that point, you shouldn't care who I room with. And so I thought that was a petty time to bring it up. I thought she was deflecting, trying to get the pressure off of her because she messed up.
No doubt. And I'm with Cam on that one right there. You made your decision. You said you had connection with me. Now, the best thing for her, if she still had connection with Hussein and Cam, was to have room to herself and stay with another female. You know what I'm saying? To keep things kind of even. But she chose to share a room with Hussein. And so what Cam's supposed to do? Mm-hmm. What are you supposed to do? Just sit down and just look like a boo with the food on the sideline? Right. So he said he had to move on and do what he had to do. Yeah. So hey, I'm with Cam on that one.
And she really couldn't say nothing. I don't even know if it was editing, but it was like, so she really couldn't say nothing.
And but what the problem was, I think Cam noticed that she was getting a little agitated. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She was getting a little flippant at the mouth. And I had a pepper on my pizza, and I think I touched my eyeball.
What the pepper what?
I had a little.
I know, but where is it? What was it on your fingernail?
Yeah, I think it was on my finger or something.
Didn't blow your eye?
No.
Why you
No, because I've been watching this show, Alien Earth, and on that show it has an eyeball like with like 8 legs walking around, crawling around, and what it does, it goes and finds people or animals and take the eyeball and drill its eye to the animal and then go to their brain so it can take over the body. It's real grotesque, man, but it's a good show. I need to do a review on that show. It's a good show, Alien Earth on FX. Watch it. Yeah.
Let's get back to it.
What I was saying.
You were saying when he seen that she was getting irritated.
Oh yeah, he was getting, and he said, you know what? Gloves is off. You ain't ready to love. That's just what it was. Yeah, I can tell. I saw it in Cam's face. when she was getting irritated, he was getting irritated.
Yeah, because he wasn't necessary. Tommy wanted him to take her there to decide, for him to decide whether she was ready to love or just keep her.
Right.
You know, and when she started deflecting and blaming him and saying he wasn't truthful too, then, Cam was like, well, you're not ready to love.
He said, F it. You ain't ready to love. And, I said, we're finally going to get our scene where somebody storm out the restaurant after they've been told they're not ready to love.
Yeah.
But it didn't work out that way. She started crying. I thought, you know what?
She didn't cry in front of him.
No, but she cried in confession.
Yeah, she cried. Yeah, because she was like, they asked what's wrong. She was like, I really liked Hussein.
Because they asked her. I think she said she's more upset with Hussein than Cam.
Yeah.
Because she thought she was like locked in with Hussein, but actually Cam wasn't the one kick you off the show. It was Hussein.
Yeah. She know that because Hussein had to run back and tell her.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's why she was hurt, because like, I can't believe Hussein did me like that.
And then she also said something about like, what certain stuff not discussed in the lounge. And I guess was she mad that Hussein brought her back to the lounge or something like that?
I guess, man. But that's part of putting stuff out there, kind of trying to determine if that person, is ready to love. So they brought it up in the lounge.
So she said, they don't know me, I'm gonna always keep it a book. I'm gonna always be truthful. And she, really got emotional. I think Eddie was too.
Who?
You. It seemed like you.
Hey, no, man.
Like you was
you said, man, you go reaching out the line. God, you just like.
I was like, well, I didn't take it like that.
You get that thing called Sahara hair put in your head, and you got these wild imaginary stuff going on that it's not true. No, I was not choking up at all. It was kind of, I felt bad for her, but that was it. Man, you love.
I didn't feel bad for her.
Man, you get that little stuff in your head, and you like, oh my goodness.
And I ain't feel bad for her. So, but the
only reason why I say I felt bad for her because she was blindsided. You know what I'm saying? Because she really thought Hussein had her on lock. Yeah. But once again,
I think at that
she
point,
did it to herself.
I think that's why she ain't sleep. I don't know. I'm saying, shoot, did y'all do something the way she was breaking down? I was like, did y'all have sex?
They shared the room together.
I think they were into it.
I think they were. That's why I think she was so close to Hussein.
Because, that was like, honey, y'all broke up. She was in love.
And, they already said Hussein had the high sex drive. You remember that part, right?
Forget.
Yeah, they say that when he had the Paula guy there and he was talking. When he said, Rose and Angela, y'all need to go with Hussein. And they were saying, Hussein had a high sex drive. But you got a high sex drive. You sharing the room with this girl. You broke up with her. Now she on national TV bawling and crying. So, they did something.
Yeah, she said she'll be okay. She'll bounce back and stuff like that. So, yeah. So, I wonder what
you ain't gonna cry like that if you just, y'all getting to know each other.
So you think that Sahara and Cam slept together?
Yes.
You do?
Yeah, I do, man. I do.
She just wanted to smack him on the lip. She didn't want to kiss him.
Man, that's just
that's probably why he really want her.
Right.
She got that crazy.
She got that crazy sick. He probably in 9 dimensions, like.
She probably say, babe, she probably say, you like it? You like it? I ain't doing it.
Yeah, man. She probably got Cam sprung out,
because he do look like he wanted more when she gave him that little peg. He was like,
I'm assuming she gave him a little taste of what could be, and he want more. She got Cam like a crackhead.
So you got a gift and everything. I ain't see him get nobody else. So I pay attention to you.
Yeah, man. It's also okay. All right, man. Yeah. Hey, nothing wrong with that, brother.
Hey, they grown folks. They want to sleep around. They can do that. But yeah. But anyway, that was it. So Rose went out, honey. She went out, child. She thought she was a superstar, honey. She was cocky. Oh, I got this locked. I can have Hussein or I can have Cam. Either one, honey. I got it locked in. But baby, she went out, you not ready to love. I said, oh Lord. All because of that dude in prison that you didn't want to tell nobody. He probably said, I still ruining her life.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, so on that note, you guys drop down in the comments, tell us what y'all thought, y'all opinions. you know, your viewpoints and all that stuff. And we will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
I'll put God first.
Deuces.
I was